Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, Andy Ruther, coming to you on this late Thursday night. The late pods feel different. They always feel different, but I didn't have a chance to get to it today, so I said, let's do it. Let's do it after we put the girls in bed. Let's do it. After we get these little shits down. It's a process, man. I wonder what percentage of my day is either dealing with trying to get a kid to sleep or thinking about the schedule to get him to sleep. It's so stupid. We're trying something new. We're always trying something new with the baby. You know, my head now keeps going back to my age because there's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of chatter about a third kid lately. I wouldn't say a lot, actually. I'll just say there's been some chatter. And it's like, I'm going to be 44 in November. I'm not against a third kid. But I need to be like in a good place physically to take that on. Truthfully, that's the truth. You know how like LeBron prepares and he puts in millions of dollars into his body that he can continue to play at such a high level in the NBA, or all the things Tom Brady did to continue to play in his 40s. I'm not saying I got to do that to have a third kid. I don't need a, hyperbaric chamber. I don't need all that. First of all, I don't have the money for that. I'm just saying, like, we need to get some stuff in place if we're going to have talks about me being a father of 3. And then it's like, the third, realistically, is to try to have a boy. And then it's like, what happens if you do all that and you just have another girl? But for the record, I would not be upset. I love having girls. It's been a great blessing, and they're different. They're definitely different than when you have boys. Boys are insane. I'd be happy, but I'm like, let's play this out. Let's say I have a third kid at 45, my 45th year. I'm like, okay, she's 15, I'm 60. She's 18, I'm 63. Like I start playing those numbers games, but whatever. Anyway, I was looking like this week is the third anniversary of us moving into this house. And I was laughing because I saw some pictures. You know, they pop up on your phone. I saw some pictures of the first day, like literally the first day I got the keys. The first day I got the keys, we had an issue with our air conditioning unit, and like a flood happened, like a mini flood. Here, this is nasty. Look at this. I'll pull up a picture. Look at this. Hold on, let me get this off. Look at this. Where is it? Look at this. There was like something backed up in like our AC condenser, and then it overflowed. This was our first day. First day in the house 3 years ago. Look at this. See how it's overflowing? The AC wasn't working. Dude, I called the former homeowner, and he like gave me some bullshit. He's like, we never had this happen before. He was Indian. That was a terrible Indian accent. I wonder what they're up to. But they're shady. They were shady. I'm gonna call them out. I'll call you guys out. You were shady. They did the whole kumbaya stuff, and we're gonna be good friends, which I don't expect that. We bought the house from you. But he was hitting me with like the good vibes and karma and all this like good energy. We're Hindu and all this, and so we had a bad fridge. We had this happen. He paid for the you know what? He paid for the fridge. The fridge was already on shaky ground when we bought the house and when we closed. And he sent me like $2,500 in Venmo, to buy a new fridge, which he should, because that was all kind of right around when we were looking at the contract. And he knew it was kind of sus. But he gave me that money as basically an FU because I texted him day one. I was like, dude, you gave me the keys today. Look at this. You give me day one, you give me the keys. We're having AC issues, we're having little flooding issues. He basically said $2,500. Get out of here. Get out of here. F off, bro. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with your kind. I wonder what he's up to. You know, sometimes I think he was an IT guy. I mean, he's like, talk about stereotypes. Seriously. Sometimes I get this like impression that he's like watching us. I get paranoid. He had the whole house. My entire house was hardwired. Entire house, they were hardwired. And he's like, it's a great thing. I got the whole house. Like, dude, you got wires running through my entire house. My house now. Hardwired versus wireless. Because he was in that world. And I get paranoid. I'm like, is this dude watching me? Is he spying on us? Is he spying on us in his old house? Man, it took so long to get rid of that. The Indian smell food. That's no joke. It's really no joke. The Indian food smell. I call it Indian smell food. That doesn't make sense. The Indian food smell is no joke. I like Indian food, but when they're cooking like authentic Indian food every day. But I learned cleaning the carpets, we wasted our money on that. That was pointless. It was painting. Basically, it got rid of most of it. We repainted the entire house inside, which was a bitch. That's how you get rit of it. Dude, they knew that smell was bad because they had like a special vent installed that kicks out from the kitchen, which I don't know anything about homes, right? And I didn't know that. So when we got a new microwave and the guy was installing it above our stove, he's like, oh yeah, most houses don't have this. He's like, they had this vent specifically installed to kick out the air outside. And I'm like, what was an Indian family for us? He's like, yeah, that tracks. But yeah, man, this is the 3 year. I can't believe in 3 years, dude, it's crazy. Like my life is crazy to me. I moved in here with Brittany, first person I've ever lived with, first of all. About a month later, she tells me she's pregnant with Isla. Then we have another kid. So here I am. In 3 years, 2 kids. I got a cute photo here. Look at my guy. Rest in peace, Roscoe. My guy, Rocky. I had it all set up. That's when we moved in. I was starting to look at painting. Look at my guy laying on my leg. Ah, miss you, buddy. Dude, he came to me in my dreams. It's like he knew. I'm telling you, he knew. We've been missing Roscoe a lot lately. He came to me in my dreams. Brittany and I were just talking about him the other day. She's pushing so hard for a dog, and I'm just like, there's no fucking way. There's just no way. Like, it's insane to me. We have a 6-month-old baby. We have a kid that turns 2.5 next month. The idea of taking on a puppy would be so reckless, utterly reckless. Because that's the thing. We want to get a dog. We want to get a puppy. We want like a whole dog to raise and then be in our family. And, you know, obviously we could get an older dog or we could adopt a dog and go to a shelter or whatever. But like the truth is we want to have a dog like she had with Roscoe where you have the dog and you raise it. And, you know, she brought it up again the other day and she's like, so when is this going to happen? I was like, no time soon. I got 2 little girls shitting their pants still. I don't want to add a third. I don't want to add a third to that mix. I don't want to have to, you know, train a dog. And by the way, I would love to have a dog for the record. And we will have a dog. But even just like a year from kids develop so quickly, even just a year from now, Isla at 3.5 would be able to help out so much more with the dog. So much more. Like ideally in my head, like when she's 5, and Molly would be 3. Ideally, both those kids are potty trained before you get another dog. And I know they'd love it. But I said the truth is, I said, who's potty training this dog? Who's housebreaking this dog? It's me. I work from home. It's not you. I don't want to add. I'm not adding that to my mix. I'm just not adding it. I would love to have another little Rocky. Love to have a little Roscoe. Miss the guy all the time. I miss going on walks. I love walks with dogs. It's therapeutic. I miss playing with him. The cuddles are obviously great. You miss those. But that would be impulsive. It would be reckless. It'd be stupid. I'm not doing it. We went out on Friday. No lie, guys. I couldn't tell you the last time we had a dinner date, Brittany and I. We couldn't remember. We think it's been over at least a year that we went out at night together on like a date. For her birthday in March, we did a lunch date. My sister-in-law watched Molly. So we did a lunch date for her birthday. But I'm talking like night where we have dinner and Brittany had a couple drinks. I had a non-alcoholic drink. Look at me. Look at me having a non-alcoholic drink. Had one of those athletic beers, which are pretty good. So we went out. We finally went out. And by the way, I don't recommend doing that. I told her we can't do this. We can't go a year without having a date, without getting away from the kids. I understand it's not easy when you got two young ones. It's not easy to get out, but like we can't wait that long. It's not healthy. It's not good for our relationship. It was nice to get out. It was nice to have a good meal. Had a bomb-ass burger. This place not far from us called Delwood in Mount Lookout here in Cincinnati. Here's the thing, though. I want to talk about this. There was a goddamn baby at this bar. It's like the Chappelle bit. His first special, I believe it came out in 2000. He's wearing his big-ass boots. Some of the baby selling drugs. Now, this place is a restaurant/bar, but once like 9 o'clock hits, it's way more of a bar. It's got a bro-y vibe. That's kind of this area. Bro-y vibe, right? I couldn't get over it, guys. I couldn't get over it. There's like a 10 top by us. Of the 10 people, I'd say, I don't know, 6 are dudes, 7 are dudes. Real hipster vibes. Like 4 or 5 of them had mustaches. To be honest, I looked at them. I was like, you guys are douchebags. I think you're douchey. I'm going to just completely judge you as I sit here, all smugly judging you. They're so loud. They were so loud. It was like 10 people, big long table. And then one of the couples had a baby. And I don't mean like, I'm talking fresh out of the oven baby. I'm talking like 2 months old, maybe 3 months, probably not. Little tiny thing. And I'm like, this is insane. Who brings a baby out on a Friday night? And again, it's basically a bar. They serve food till 10. It stays open later for a bar. Like, we got there a little later after we put the girls to bed, and her brother and his girlfriend came over to watch the kids, and by that, just make sure they didn't get up, and if they did, to handle it. But so we were there later is the point. I couldn't, Brittany said, why do you care? You're being nosy. I said, yeah, there's a fucking baby at the bar. Yeah, I care. This is, I'm going to say it. You're not good parents. You're not good parents. I was annoyed too. They were the loudest people. No lie there. So my instant dad mode goes into effect. I'm like thinking about things. I'm like, okay, the noise is not good for the baby. I got a 6-month-old. I wouldn't take a 6-month-old to a loud bar like that. I just wouldn't. The noise isn't good. The germs. I'm not saying your kid has to be in a bubble, guys. I don't think you should stay inside all the time. I'm not saying that. You don't take your kid to a bar. I couldn't get over it. Brittany kept saying, it's none of your business. So there's a baby right by us. And they were passing the kid around and taking pictures. And that was annoying me. And I think that's what made me just get so frustrated with the situation. I was like, look, I don't care. Dude, take pictures, post them on social media with your kids, do videos. I don't care. None of that bothers me. But like this did. Because like each hipster bro, they were literally passing the baby around the table. They'd like hold up with their beer, like, you look at me, dude. Look at me. Look at me with my IPA holding the baby. Look at me, my mustache. Aren't I cool? I'm holding Brian's baby. Look at that. I'll post this on Instagram. Hashtag not a dad. I was just annoyed. They were passing the baby around. I literally want to be like, what's wrong with you guys? Of course, I said something to the waitress. Brittany was so annoyed. I was like, what's the deal over here? She's like, I don't know. I said, you ever see anything like this? She goes, no. I said, it's a baby. She's like, yeah, it's crazy. I said, it's like a 2-month-old baby. She looks at me and goes, yeah, I know, it's crazy. I said, it is crazy. And they're the loudest ones here. They're the loudest ones at the bar. Literally, when that whole table left, the bar got quieter. The restaurant got quieter. Dude, go out, fine. Leave the kid with the babysitter or something. Don't be bringing the baby to the bar. All the germs, all the noise. You don't want to be a bar baby. You don't want to raise a bar baby. So yeah, I couldn't get. I'll be honest. I've talked to way too many people about this, and now I'm talking about it on the show. I just couldn't get over it. I was like, did they really bring a baby to the bar? About a fucking baby. It's unbelievable. Who does that? Here's the thing, guys. As a guy who's a dad now, like, it affects your social life. Not that I really had one before, but like, the social life has to go on hold for a bit. You got kids, you got babies, you got young kids. It's fine. It makes it that much better when you do go out. Trust me. I waited a year, which was too long. I'm not saying be like me. Don't be like us. Don't wait a year or whatever it was to go out with your significant other. Don't do that. But also, don't be the baby. The guy bringing babies at the bar. What are you doing? Come on. Side note, how long is it good to have something in the fridge? Speaking of my significant other, how long? I don't care what Google says. I don't care what ChatGPT says on this one. Normally, those are my go-tos, right? We got a discussion about that. I like to make things in bulk. I like to make spaghetti in bulk because my daughter likes it. It's good for carb loading now that I'm running again. Now that I'm swimming, doing like hard cardio, the carbs are good. So when I cook up spaghetti and meatballs for the fam, I do a lot. And it might be in the fridge for a few days. And I'm the type of guy, I don't care. I'll eat, I can eat spaghetti. I'll eat it like 3 out of 4 straight days. Sometimes I'll stretch it to a week. You might think I'm gross. I don't think it's that big of a deal. ChatGPT was like 3 to 4 days max. And I'm like, I've eaten spaghetti a week after I've cooked it. She thinks I'm insane. She's like, you'll eat leftovers for a week. I said, yeah, I don't care. I'll grill a bunch of chicken breast. I'll eat it for a week. I don't think that's crazy. I think here's the thing. I think in the same way when they put expiration dates on food, they do that like to get you to buy more food. I think it's my brother told me this. My brother's in the food business. Like that date on the bag of chips, you're probably good for another month, is what I'm saying. And I feel the same way about food in the fridge. Dude, she looked at me like I was a pariah. Like I was some kind of monster. Because I eat spaghetti 4 days after I cooked it. I said, you throw it in the microwave, you nuke it, right? Heat it up. I feel good. A little spaghetti and meatballs. She's like, what's wrong with you? You're gross. I said, it's good food. I don't want to waste it. If I cook a bunch of spaghetti and meatballs, I don't want to waste it. What are we doing? Now, there's certain things you might want to watch if you cook salmon, if you cook, yeah, but like meat, realistically, like I don't worry. I don't worry about. Maybe I should. That's why you're always farting. That's why your insides. No, my insides are messed up because I eat probably not the best food at times. That's why they're messed up. It's not because I ate 4-day-old spaghetti and meatballs. It's because I made tacos at 11 p.m. from leftover taco meat. That's why. You guys see this Tesla diner? Did we see this? Did we see the future? What is this? What are we doing here, guys? Where do I even start? It's depressing. It's depressing for me to see this. You know, Elon Musk is a complicated guy. And there's things I like about him and there's things I don't like about him, which you could probably say for a lot of people. There's things I like about myself, there's things I don't like about myself, right? But when I watch these videos and I saw these videos on his platform, his X platform, it's pretty depressing to me. And I know, and I've said this a million times on this show, I know we're not stopping AI. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. It's taking over everybody's jobs, including mine. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But this odd like need or just like agenda, I feel that he wants to continue to push of like to get it there quicker is depressing for me. It's very dystopian for me. Like no human interaction, right? All robots. He posted this video. I guess there's a Tesla diner. I don't know if you guys saw this. There's a Tesla diner that opened in Los Angeles and people waited in line. Look at this video that Elon put out. Even the music, you're like, oh, this sounds like an eerie movie. Look at this. Watch this movie or watch this video. Look at this. Why did he choose that music? That doesn't make me excited. That makes me want to kill myself, to be honest. Like, why? Oh, it gives me like ooh, it gives me like a yucky feeling inside. I don't know why he did that. But this diner is very depressing. Like there was a robot. Do I have the video? I thought I had it. There was a robot making serving popcorn. I just like look at these people. I'm looking at these people on X. This guy posted, I drove 6 hours to eat, charge, and chill at the Tesla diner that just opened. My family is ecstatic right now. Oh, really? I think this is the guy's video. Really? Look at this. Listen, wow.
Yeah, but like we're so close. Yeah.
They have like. So what Elon Musk is doing is he has like a drive-in. He's like a drive-in movie theater. So they're showing a movie. You can get food. Obviously, there's all Teslas there. I guess people were waiting in line for forever to come to this. And it's just, I don't know, like, it doesn't have appeal to me. It just doesn't have appeal to me. I don't get it.
Oh wow! Oh, look at that dude.
I just don't get it. Look at this. I don't know. It looks like a scene out of like a space movie. I guess that's cool. I don't know, guys. I like where's the robot serving popcorn? Let's read about this. The long-awaited retro-futuristic Tesla diner opened in LA on July 21st to lines stretching down the block, with some Angelenos waiting for hours for the restaurant to open at 4:20 p.m. I mean, I'm looking, it's like there's this robot Optimus that Elon is like obsessed with, and he's always tweeting about, and it's serving where's the fucking video? God damn it. It's serving popcorn, and there's a kid there. It's like this guy's there with his family. And he's like, "Oh, look at that. It's a robot giving me popcorn." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that robot's gonna steal your job and then kill you." So that's my thing. Like, it's gonna happen, right, guys? Like we all know this is gonna happen. That's why I'm like, why are we so quick to do this, Elon? I know it's gonna happen. I know it. I'm not saying we can stop it. It's inevitable. I'm just saying, can we wait a little? Can we just wait a little bit? Why are we just so happy to have a robot serve us popcorn? Because that robot is going to end up killing us. I've seen the movies, guys. I know how this ends. I know how it ends. I've seen the movies. I don't know, it's just depressing, in my opinion. And then he deleted this. I keep trying to find it. Elon deleted it. There was like a robot waitress that came up on like roller skates, and he had it side by side of like a drive-in diner in the 60s or something, like an attractive waitress. In every single comment, like Elon got ratioed. Every single comment was like, you'd rather have the chick on the left than the robot. I'd rather have a conversation with somebody on the left than the robot. Because like he's so weird and he's so in his world that he feels like everyone else is like that. No, man, like I think genuinely most people want to engage. I also think it's healthy, right? Like most people, I want to engage with people when I go out. I want to have a friendly conversation. Like I just said, I did on Friday. Right? There's a baby at the bar. There's a baby at the restaurant. That's a conversation I'm having with the waiter. I'm like, yo, you see this baby? And she's like, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm like, let's talk about it. You're not doing that with the robot, is what I'm saying. You're not doing that. I said, you guys are known for your burgers. How good's this burger? She kept it real with me. Now, I guess a robot could be like, the burger is really good. It's our top rated item on Yelp. 5 out of 5 stars every time. I guess you could get that, but that's not real. Come on, that's not real. That's what I'm saying. Like Elon, like you deleted it. Why'd you delete it? You deleted it because everybody under that was like, yo, man, we don't want the robot. We want the hot chicken roller. Who don't want a hot chicken on roller skates? Everybody does. Everybody wants a hot chicken on roller skates. I don't want a robot on roller skates. Got this robot and he thinks it's better. Oh, here's the robot popcorn. I got a picture of it. I knew I had it somewhere. Where are we at here? Look at this. Look at this right here. This robot serving popcorn at the diner. And that's what I'm saying. These kids don't know. Your dad's taking you here. This robot you're looking at is removing you from a fun job. It's removing you from a fun job. That you're not going to have that job when you're a teenager. That'd be a fun job. You're working at a movie theater. You're working at a restaurant. That's a fun teenage job. Get some food, have some people, go out, get a little smashed after. Like who doesn't miss that? Like you got your friends, you've been working hard, you go out, you're like, oh, let's have a few beers afterwards. Like, what do kids do for nobody has fun anymore? What does everybody do for fun? This isn't fun. These kids are going to see these robots. I know do I sound like a boomer? I don't really care. I feel like I sound like a boomer. I'm just fighting the inevitable. I don't know what a comparison would be like for my generation. I don't know if there is one, guys. I don't know if there is one. I don't know. It's like when the internet came around where people are like, it's going to ruin everybody. Go get your encyclopedia from the library. Go look at old newspaper clippings from the 1930s. I don't know. That's just not the same as the robots to me. It's not the same. There's something about youth, and this is where it does. It hits me here. It hits me in the old heart. The old corazón. It hits me right here. Because I'm like, man, that's something maybe my kids aren't going to get to enjoy. That fun high school or college job, that teenage job, like I said, you make a few bucks. You have fun. You hang out with your coworkers afterwards. You get into some trouble. Like, is that job even going to exist? And that does depress me. It does. I'll be totally honest. It depresses me. I had great memories of all my jobs. Even if I didn't like the job, it was a thing. Elon's just like, yeah, we'll have all these robots everywhere. He's just so awkward. And like I said, I think there's a lot of good things he's done. I know people would argue with me on that. That's fine. But there's also this like, it's like he lives in this world where he thinks people want this, and I don't think they do. You know, I don't think people want this. The same way I don't think people give a shit about Mars. Sorry, bro. I don't think they do. You come to me and I'm like, yo, why is my daycare so expensive? Why is a carton of eggs so expensive? You try to put food on the table. That's what most families are looking at. They don't need a robot serving them popcorn. They don't care about Mars. I'm just saying, like again, I think we need these type of people in the world for innovation, the eccentric type of people. But I just think they don't have a clue. Right? Like I just don't think they have a clue. And I don't know how you get these people to understand, because they're billionaires and they're in their own world. I don't understand the Tesla diner. I don't get it. And I think Teslas are cool cars. I think they're great cars. But I wouldn't, the same way I wouldn't wait. I've said this, the same way I'm not waiting in line for new Jordans, the same way I'm not waiting in line for a new iPhone. You're waiting 4 hours to go to a Tesla diner? I think you need to reevaluate your life personally. That's my take. That's the Andy Ruther take. You're waiting hours to go to a Tesla diner to hang out with other Tesla dorks? I feel like everybody wants to turn everything into a religion now. Like people aren't as actual religious in this country for an actual religion, right? Your traditional religion. And I think we put that into other things, and that has turned into a religion. Whether it's politics, whether it's sports, whether it's Tesla. And like that becomes their thing. And they live and they breathe and they die on that religion. And I feel like I've changed, like as I've gotten older, it's I don't care about certain things. The passion is not the end all be all, if that makes sense. And that's why the truth is, especially with sports and politics, I always bring those two up. Like I find it bizarre and unhealthy how people sink so much into that, especially when you have families, especially when you're letting these things affect your emotions. That's bizarre to me. You're letting who becomes president affect your entire day. If your team doesn't win the football game on Sunday, it affects your emotion. That's bizarre to me. It's bizarre. And it was bizarre to me before I had 2 kids. And again, maybe everybody's different. Maybe the way things have happened in my life has affected that. But I don't know. It's very cult-like, all these things. The Tesla world is very cult-like. The running, I mean, you could do anything, but these people become obsessed. I was talking about the other day with somebody about marathon runners. It's very cult-like. You have to be into it to run marathons, and you're in it with other people, and it's cult-like. It can't just be like people who have hobbies. Like, yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy it. It's all these things are just so extreme. The cyclist. It's like everybody's just like a mini cult everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what my cult would be. Just weird. It's just weird, guys. It's just weird. The Tesla dude, I'm a guy who used to love going to a place in Los Angeles called Cafe 50s. And maybe it's because I'm nostalgic, and it's maybe because I love history, and history interests me. That excites me. It's not a cult. It interests me. I love watching documentaries in history. I love reading about history. I'm fascinated by history. I used to love going to Cafe 50s on Santa Monica Boulevard in West LA. Right? The diner's dressed like they're in the 50s. The whole diner is decorated from the 50s. Magazine articles, news articles all over the walls from the 50s. It's fascinating to me. It's cool. It's like a time capsule. They had board games everywhere, old school board games. Basing it off like a 50s, right? With all the milkshakes, and like you would go to a place in the 50s. That place is way cooler than the Tesla diner. Way cooler. Sorry, it is. It has grit to it. It has a vibe. You think there's any fun people? What are the fun people at the Tesla diner? They don't exist. I had some great times at Cafe 50s, man. That was our spot after we do a comedy spot. The weekly show we ran at the Santa Monica Hostel. That was a fun spot, man. We go up to Cafe 50s. We overpaid. It's LA. For a while, I used to get this bomb ass burger. It was a bison burger. Get it with a chocolate brownie shake. A chocolate brownie mixed in with the chocolate shake. You're just fucking getting tons of calories. Tastes great. That's amazing. The Tesla. I don't know. It's just weird to me. You got a robot. I would get interesting girls in there, man, that were working. Again, they're dressed like in 50s attire. It was a vibe. What is the vibe of the Tesla diner? Utopian? That we're all gonna die? Like, what is the vibe? No, we'll go to the YouTube comments. I see Austin hopped in here. We'll put this up here. Do you think the cult talk is people needing an identity? That way they can feel included in a group. People naturally like to conform. That's a great point, Austin. I think that is. I think people do need an identity, like now more than ever. And I don't know if that's because of technology. I think people do need a cult identity. Like when I started doing marathons, I always found it interesting that like I just ran marathons because I like to run and it was therapeutic for me. And it is. Running still is for me. It has nothing to do with the running. It's more of like, this is my therapy. This is my relaxation. Like the other day I went for a run and it was hot. And I told myself, I said, dude, don't go to the gym. Don't run around your track. Run outside. Just go, take the shirt off, go shirtless. There's a nice little trail by me. Run across the Little Miami River. Run through the woods. It's a liberating feeling. I'm just running for 45 minutes, thinking about my life, thinking about what I got to do professionally, personally, whatever it is, relationship wise, thinking about my kids, thinking about my parents. But like that runner world is so cold. It's like, no, you all must run together. And like, do you do marathon? Like, that's the thing I've noticed. I've done 3 marathons right in my life. And I'm like a total loner. Nobody does marathons by themselves. It's very rare. I've noticed. People are showing up in groups. And like I said, it's almost cult-like. Like you're putting a bumper sticker on your car, 26.2. Cool. That's what a marathon is. You ran 26.2 miles. Cool. I don't know. That's like, I'm all for people exercising. I'm all for marathons, but I don't know. I don't need validation in that way. And I think everybody's just searching for some weird identity. And I think there's truth to that. And I think we all need validation in our own way. I think that's true. Yeah, like this comment from Cameron. You're right. People doing things to show people they do things. Dude, that's what it is. That's what it is. I don't need to put a bumper sticker in my car, 26.2. I've done 3 marathons. I'm happy about it. I did 2 in 6 weeks. I've talked about this. Like, it's insane. I don't really think about it. But like, everybody's got to like talk about what they do. That, to bring it full circle, that's how I felt when that couple had the baby at the bar last Friday. Like, what are you guys are passing around the baby for pictures for the gram. I'm not stupid. That's what you're doing. You're passing around the baby. Like it's a piece of furniture or art. Like it's a jewelry. What is the baby? Like it's an accessory. But look at me holding the baby next to my drink. I literally want to say something. I want to be like, why did you guys bring your baby here? Come on, guys. Like we're in the same boat. We're new dads. We're new parents. What are you doing? Leave the baby at home. Can we talk about this Pedro Pascal guy for a second before we get out of here? Can we talk about this guy? I can't get enough of these videos. Can we talk about Rapey Pascal? Can we talk about this? Have you guys seen this stuff? I love that everybody's putting him on blast too. I love this. Everybody's putting him on blast on Twitter. So all these videos are popping out of Pedro Pascal just being so touchy-feely and gropey and rapey. Like with his co-stars, with other people. And I don't know if this is true. They're like, oh, he does it because he gets anxiety. Like, what? What? And the memes are so funny. The memes are always like aggressive sexual stuff, mocking him. And the joke is like, bro, just because I get anxiety, I'm not like finger blasting my friend's wife. Like that's basically what the memes are. Like this notion that like and again, I don't even know where this came from. I have an article right here, but that he gets anxiety, so he has to grope somebody. What? You're gonna grope somebody in public? So like this video right here, it came out yesterday. This video has 93.7 million views. God bless it. Somebody put this out here. This is Pedro Pascal with his married co-star Vanessa Kirby on their Fantastic Four press tour. Okay, so she's married, right? This is in the press tour for their current movie, Fantastic Four. Dude, look at this guy. Look at them. This is insane.
Gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah.
Can we talk about, like, bro, if this is my wife, she's caressing his neck like they're a couple.
Yeah. As long
That
as
was
you
our
don't have
very
to
first
see,
day
as long
as
as
well.
you don't have to see my face.
Terrible confession to make in front of Gordon.
It's because we some of the best men in the world, so they don't count.
What do they do? Like, let's watch this again. They're holding hands. They're touchy-feely. What is happening here? Because he has anxiety is what they're saying? And then there's this one I have right here with Willem Dafoe's wife. Look at this one. Why is he caressing her chin? Look at this. What's he doing? Bro, if you did to my wife, I'd punch you in the face. What are you doing? And people are onto it. This is what I love. This is what I love. People are onto it. What he's gonna have to, dude, this thing has turned into such a thing, he's gonna have to address it. The headline reads, Pedro Pascal opens up about managing his anxiety after quick rise to stardom. So he did an interview with about his mental health during an interview with Men's Health. But none of this addresses it. He said, I noticed especially during the period of the summer of 2020 and the kind of isolation and how long my FaceTimes were and my phone conversations that I started to make an effort to engage more, having previously lost that option in many ways. I can think back on high school and college, and I was always such a talker with friends, conversations on the phone, and then I don't know how many days had gone by where we stopped doing that. I don't know what you're talking about, but dude, I don't know what that has to do with you groping your co-stars. Like, why are you trying to give a shocker to your co-star on the red carpet? Because you have anxiety? What? Make it make sense, people. Now, the memes I'm here for. The memes mocking him are hilarious. The one Sopranos account I love. It showed Tony, cheating. Tony Soprano cheating on his wife. I follow some great Soprano memes accounts. You guys know I love the memes. I'm all here for the memes, but it's so funny to me. Like, I've seen a lot of funny things about it. Like, can we just Me Too this guy already? I don't get it. There's like so many of these out here. He's just molesting his married co-stars, his pregnant co-stars. He's teabagging them in the middle of a Jimmy Fallon interview. Bro, you can't 69 my wife because you have anxiety. What are we doing here? And then I've seen comments to be like, well, he's gay. And I don't know if he is. I don't know what his sexuality is, nor do I really care. Bro, I don't care if you're gay, straight. I don't care what you are. You can't be touching my girl because you have, in air quotes, anxiety. It doesn't even make sense. Also, dude, you're an actor. You have anxiety? You suddenly have anxiety on the red carpet? They literally, your job is literally to go on a camera in front of strangers and talk. That's literally your job. But you get to the red carpet, you have an anxiety. So you have to go down on your co-star? Like, what? What are we doing here? You have to suck on her titty because you have anxiety? What? And look, people aren't stupid. This is what I love about the internet now. This is the one thing I do love about the internet, especially social media. People aren't dumb. They're like, why are you never doing this with your male co-stars? Right? There's no videos of you sticking your finger in some dude's butthole on the red carpet on E! News. No, it's always these attractive females. And for the record, I heard this guy's an asshole. I got sources. I knew somebody who was a set designer for Mandalorian. And she had nothing but bad things to say about him. Nothing but bad things. She literally was a set designer on every season of The Mandalorian. She's on the set of every season of The Mandalorian, which for the most part I liked, by the way. And for the record, like, I think he's a fine actor. I'm not, like, I don't even want to, like, to me, this is separate. This is separate, right? I enjoyed Narcos. I liked him in Narcos. Like, these movies I don't really watch, so I can't talk about those. I liked Mandalorian. Like, I've liked him in some of the shows I've watched. I've liked him as an actor. But he's kind of, he's reached that, like, I don't know if I can take you right now. Because, like, you have anxiety. So you're toe sucking your co-star? What? Like, during a sit down with Conan O'Brien? What are we doing here? And again, this person I knew who worked on the set as a set designer, she had lovely things to say about other people from Mandalorian, is my point. Not so lovely things to say about him. He was a real pain in the ass, she said. But, like, nobody until now has really questioned this, which I love. And now everybody's just dunking on the guy. Just absolutely dunking on him. It's just weird because he's talking about his anxiety and how he quickly became a star, which I don't even think is true. Like, I think he slowly worked his way up, and good for him, right? From Game of Thrones to Narcos to whatever that recent show is on HBO that I didn't watch. But again, I don't even know if there's truth to this. He's not really saying it here, but everybody says, oh, if he gets anxiety, so he's got to, like, be so touchy-feely, which, again, I've never in my life heard of that. It makes no sense. Now, I'm here for the memes. The memes are hilarious. I just love how, like, you could get away with that in the 90s, but now people, again, with video, they're just like, no. Bro, because you have anxiety doesn't mean you can, like, finger my wife. Like, that doesn't make sense, bro. I don't know what his co-star is doing, too. I don't know what she's doing. And the cop out of, like, oh, he's gay. Dude, I know plenty of gay dudes. They don't act like that. What? They're not acting like that. They have anxiety, so they're grabbing your boobs? What? Get out of here. I'm not watching this new movie. Well, I don't really watch this stuff anyway, but, like, nah. Just guys, do me a favor. Just put Pedro Pascal into X, into Twitter, and the memes. He'll just die. It's taken over my algorithm to be, dude, my algorithms are so all over the map. It's so funny. Like, you get in these kicks, and then my algorithm will be like all stuff about Jeffrey Epstein. So I'm, like, obsessed with it. And then I'll be like all Pedro Pascal. Then, like, for a while, for like a couple of days, it was like the WNBA thing. I couldn't get enough of the memes. Like, I'm just like the meme king. I just get all these memes. All right, guys. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Didn't even talk about that. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Comes in threes, doesn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy how it comes in threes. That's a random 3, though. Rule of 3. That's a random 3 to pass. Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, and Hulk Hogan, the most legendary wrestler ever. And it's really not arguable. Those 3 are who passed this week. Those 3. It is crazy, the rules of three, though, guys. It's almost eerie. Like in my family, within a month, my mom passed away, my uncle, my dad's brother, and my cousin, my mom's sister's kid, all passed away within like a month. Like, that's eerie. Again, rules of three. But those three, man, Theo Huxtable, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan. That's an interesting three. All right, we got a hotline. What's the old hotline here? 859-935-0078. Give a shout. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully this recorded correctly. My apologies about last week. Inexcusable that I didn't have my Shure mic connected and I was recording via my my computer mic. Rookie move. Total rookie move. So just drop a call if you guys want, and leave a review if you want as well on Spotify, on Apple. Subscribe, YouTube. We're live every Thursday or every Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday. I got to pick a day. I've been dancing around this for a year now. Regardless, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.